Hello everyone, Kit here at the landing page for my new blockchain fundraising app, PiggyFund. I'm going to be walking you all through the features of this application, but first here's a little presentation to give you all some background behind this project. PiggyFund is about launching time-constrained fundraising campaigns, and there's a unique visualization tool tied into the application. All information recorded within PiggyFund is recorded on chain on the Ethereum Kovan Testnet. The back end for this application is built out of Solidity smart contracts, while the front end is built out of React.js Ethers.js with the styling components pulled from Material UI. Whenever a fundraiser wants to deploy a PiggyFund contract, they need to set a target goal for fundraising as well as a description. If the fundraising goal is met, then no more contributions can be made to the campaign, and the fundraiser then has the right to withdraw all funds. A unique feature of PiggyFund is that the donor whose contribution pushes the fundraising into the target goal has their address recorded, and then this address can be used potentially for sending some type of crypto related reward like an NFT. In PiggyFund, recover time is a period of time where depositors into a campaign have an option of getting a refund. It's set as a minute value from the time of contract deployment. It provides an option of security for those people who are making contributions, knowing that they can get their funds back within a certain specified time period. There's transparency involved with recover time, with all transactions being recorded on chain. There's also an aspect of customization, with the contract deployer being able to decide when recover time begins and also ends. Claim time within a PiggyFund contract is a period for when the fundraiser can claim all available funds within a contract. It's an option for if the funding goal is not met within the specified times outlined by the fundraiser when they deployed the contract. Depositors no longer have an option of getting a refund on their contributions, and also no more deposits can be made into a campaign. At this point, at claim time, the fundraiser has the right to withdraw all funds within a campaign contract. One of the key features of PiggyFund is the tool attached to the application called the PiggyFund UI. It essentially allows you to visualize the smart contracts, deposits into it and out of it, as well as the timer ticking down and hitting recover time and claim time. Here we have a static image of the PiggyFund UI where deposits are represented by this bar on the right, where the blue region will increase as deposits made into the contract go in, and also decrease as deposits go out. If this blue bar hits the top, that means that the funding goal has been reached. On the left, we have a visualization of the timer. The top region of this bar represents when the contract was deployed. The bottom represents when claim time begins, with this green bar decreasing in size as we tick down towards claim time. The circle on the left here represents the region for when recover time begins. When recover time begins, this circle will turn green, as well as the text up in the UI to signal to the potential campaign donor what period of time they're in within a PiggyFund contract. Alright, so here we are back at the PiggyFund landing page, and previously that was a little bit of background about the PiggyFund project. PiggyFund itself is made up of three separate tools. There's the PiggyFund Maker, which you can use to create and deploy your own PiggyFund contract. There's the PiggyFund UI, which allows you to visualize and make deposits and withdrawals into separate PiggyFund contracts. And then there's the PiggyFund Contracts tab, which allows you to search through contracts by their description, pull their address and potentially use it in the UI, or just visit the contracts directly from this location. I'm going to be going through all of these tools, but if you arrive at this application at present without setting up your crypto wallet to work with a testnet, specifically the Kovan testnet, a lot of these tools won't render out as expected. So I'm going to be showing you how to set up your crypto wallet to work with the Kovan testnet. If you already know how to do that or aren't interested, feel free to skip ahead in this video to the feature tour. Otherwise, sit tight and let's get into it. To begin using PiggyFund, you need to set yourself up with a crypto wallet. I'm using MetaMask, which is free to download, and if you're in a Chrome browser like I am, once you download the extension, it's going to be up in the extension tab right here with the puzzle piece. You can click MetaMask, and by default, you're going to be on the Ethereum Mainnet. The first thing you need to set up for PiggyFund is to move on to one of the testnets. So you can click this circle piece, you can scroll down to the settings, you can find the advanced option, scroll down again till you see one of these toggle buttons to show testnets off or on. Set it to on, Then move to this drop-down menu at the top again and move off the Ethereum testnet onto the Kovan testnet, like so. The other thing you'll probably want for demoing PiggyFund is to have a variety of accounts in your MetaMask wallet. I've named all my accounts with human names. Let's go ahead and create another one. I'm going to call this Bono and then say create. And when we do that within MetaMask, we're going to have Bono with his own crypto address right there. You can then go to a test ETH faucet, like this one run by Chainlink. And what we'll do here is we'll go to the extension tab again, and on Bono we're going to connect. And a la Web3, we have Bono's address thrown into the wallet address field right here. We can then click that we're not a robot, and then send a request through this website to get some test ETH. So we can track the transaction here. We can even open up the tab to see if that test ETH has trickled into Bono's account. Or we could click this tab right here to track the status of the transaction through Etherscan. And I'm refreshing it a few times to see if it's gone through. We're going to open up Bono one more time and connect it to this site as well. And you can see that this transaction is currently indexing. So we're going to have Bono's account, and looks like that test ETH has already come in. Etherscan will give us information about the transaction status, and it looks like it's now recorded success on their end. And if we go back to the Chainlink end, looks like there's just a slight delay for this graphic to hit the tokens transferred, but we can already see that we've gotten some test ETH in Bono's account. So that's how you get some test Ethereum and also set up your wallet for the Kovan testnet. Let's get into exploring some of the PiggyFund features. By looking at the PiggyFund Maker tool, click the Maker tab at the top and then click the button Connect to Wallet. I'm going to connect to an account called Bono and say Connect. We get some information about Bono's account, and then let's go ahead and set a funding goal for this PiggyFund contract that Bono's going to create of 0.02 ETH for the ocean cleanup. We're going to say the refund period will begin in 1 minute, and then the claim funds will begin in 4. We're going to go ahead and preview this contract. We're happy with those details, so we'll say create the contract. MetaMask will prompt us to sign off on the transaction. And once this contract is on chain, we'll get the actual contract address as well as a button to visit it within the PiggyFund UI. We're going to click that button right now and then connect wallet to view. All right, here it is for ocean cleanup, and this is what it currently looks like. Nothing currently deposited in. Let's switch to another user. We're going to switch to a user here called Andy and connect. All right, so the details regarding Andy's account have updated right there. But let's imagine that Andy has arrived at the landing page and wants to navigate to that contract for ocean cleanup. The most recent contract will be at the top of the contracts tab. He's going to click visit, then connect wallet to view. And from this perspective here, he's now going to make a little deposit in of 0.01 ETH, and we'll deposit in. You can see that the timer is ticking down. Once this transaction is processing, we can click this pop-up to get a receipt, and we can refresh this, and you'll see that we get some stats about the transaction in Etherscan. But going back to PiggyFund, we also get a graphic here to show that an amount was deposited in, and that the yellow area remains the amount that's being requested to meet the funding target. Let's go ahead and meet the funding target now with a deposit of 0.01 ETH, and this is from Andy's account. This time we're not going to look at the graphic. So by being the last contributor into the campaign, Andy has his crypto address listed on the contract as the golden donor, and you can see that that's just popped out and rendered right there. So now let's go ahead and switch back to Bono. And from Bono, let's say they're back at PiggyFund, wants us to navigate to that contract that they made earlier. You can search ocean here. You can see we get all the results with that keyword ocean for ocean cleanup. I'm going to click connect. And you can see that because Bono is the contract admin, he gets this button funding target met, get funds. He's going to click that to withdraw the funding that he's received. And once this transaction goes through, within the view right here, you'll see some blue text saying that funds have been withdrawn and the campaign has ended, which you're seeing right there. And that's how you go about meeting the funding goal as well as making a withdrawal once the golden donor has been met. Here I am back at the PiggyFund landing page, and I'm currently connected to the account named Bono. And our good friend Andy has told us that he has a fund out there for war relief. So we're going to go to the contracts tab and we're going to search war. Looks like there are three funds here, but the top one says War Relief Fund. This is probably the one that Andy told us about, so we're going to go ahead and visit it, and we're going to connect to the wallet. So the idea here, again, is to demonstrate recover time and claim time periods. So we're not in either of those yet, so we are currently on Bono's view where we can see that he's funded in 0 ETH to this campaign. But let's go ahead and fund in 0.3 and make a deposit. And once we confirm that transaction, we get that pop-up for a receipt. But we'll also get feedback by way of this graphic right here. For when deposits go in, you can see this blue region increases. And as we've increased or entered recovery time, we can see this button to withdraw our funds appear. Let's go ahead and withdraw our funds back into our personal account. So this is Bono getting his funds back from the campaign. Maybe he just changed his mind about putting that amount there. So he's getting it back, and once this goes through, we should see the bars change again. But then we're going to say, all right, maybe Bono had a change of heart and said that he actually wants to put in 0.1. So we're going to make this deposit in, and we're going to kind of watch that trickle in. Notice the timer is ticking down. And we do get a receipt as well, but we're also going to go by way of the graphic for this deposit bar. Okay, so there's currently 0.1 ETH in this contract with the funding goal being 0.9. So right now, the person who started this contract doesn't have the ability to withdraw those funds in there unless that funding goal is met. That is unless we hit claim time, in which case whatever amounts there will be up for the contract owner to take. Let's put in a little bit more, maybe one more contribution to this campaign from the perspective of Bono. And Bono will throw in a little bit more. Okay, so you can see now Bono has 0.2 ETH invested, and we have this timer ticking down. We're still in recover time, so it is still possible to withdraw funds, but we're going to wait up and see what happens at claim time. So let's just give a moment for this timer to reach that period. The way time works is we're getting a timestamp from the blockchain. Every time a new block is minted, we get an update on the time that it was minted, and we're using that information to figure out the time periods for our contract. That's how this works. And we're just going to be patient here and see what happens once this claim time text turns green. There you go. So notice now that withdraw button has disappeared. So this amount is locked into the contract. And if we switch to another view, say that we know that Andy's the one who made this contract. So let's switch to Andy. Andy has this green button here to claim all the funding in the contract. Even though he hasn't met the funding goal, he's going to go ahead and click that. And this will go ahead and pull the funds from the fundraising contract into his MetaMask wallet. And we also get a prompt in blue that funds have been withdrawn. Now, with this contract address, if we ever wanted to find it, we could find it from the contracts tab right here. But we could also visit it from this green button here on the right. But we could also copy addresses and go to the UI and plug those in directly, like so. And get to the same location and have information about the funds having been withdrawn without a golden donor being listed. So that's the cool feature with the contracts tab, is that all PiggyFund contracts will be listed here, and you do have the ability to do a search on keywords in the summary. That's how withdraw period, recover period, and claim period work with PiggyFund, and as well as the contracts tab. So I hope you enjoyed my overview of PiggyFund, and now I just want to speak to some of the vision behind the app. From the beginning, the idea has been to create a decentralized fundraising platform, the advantages of which are the ease of connectivity, the ease of payment, a protocol which is fair, secure, and transactions which can be viewed transparently on chain. Another big component to PiggyFund is this idea of adding in visualization for the amount of funds going in and out of a contract that can perhaps affect people on a motivational level. At present, I can see PiggyFund being used for localized fundraising campaigns, people who want to mobilize fundraising around some kind of base platform. So what they can do is they can mint a PiggyFund contract, share out that address along with the link to the PiggyFund UI to basically kickstart their fundraising campaigns. That's the vision for PiggyFund, and I hope you found this video interesting. Thank you for supporting the channel. Wishing you well wherever you are in the world. Be happy, be healthy, and thank you again.